We also have talked, even on this channel, about Angel's very dramatic response to that. Angel Reese started with, "I'm heartbroken. I'm literally lost for words, knowing what this woman meant to me in such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person."
The WNBA's explosive rookie sensation, Angel Reese, is now facing her most difficult time. Her public anguish, abrupt scapegoating allegations, and coach betrayal after being fired by the Chicago Sky point to a dilemma that goes well beyond basketball.
It seems like, according to some new reports, that relationship.
In September 2024, the Sky fired head coach Teresa Weatherspoon after a 13-7 campaign that saw them miss the playoffs. It was unexpected. She had guided the squad around youngster Angel Reese, who expressed her grief on social media at the passing of her mentor.
Point being, she disrespected the official. That was the official.
Reese voluntarily took on the villain role from the beginning, making bold claims and raising expectations. Her real encouragement efforts were overshadowed by a media-manufactured image, according to Reddit fans. Then the shocking news arrived. Performance-enhancing drugs. The front office in Chicago pulled the trigger. After being suspended, Reese was fired. According to sources, it had nothing to do with performance. Political power moves were involved. Co-workers apparently felt irritated behind the scenes. Trust was damaged. Morale plummeted. In addition to defeats, the Sky season was marred by intense internal strife. Tyler Marsh was recruited by Chicago in November 2024 to bring responsibility and structure back. Despite Reese's personal setbacks, such as wrist surgery and ensuing hand problems overshadowing her sophomore season, Marsh promised to restore her game and spirits. Action was immediately requested by fans. GM Pagliacca was called out for his handling of Reese's predicament. Was their celebrity being used as a scapegoat by Chicago, or did they not adequately support her? What happens to Angel after going from being a record-breaking rookie to a precipitous decline? Reese got her first triple-double, won Eastern Conference Player of the Week, and made a comeback to the All-Star game in July 2025, despite her turbulent season finale. Evidence of unresolved business. There is more to this story than Angel. This is a WNBA test. There are concerns about the league's media messaging, management of key players, and trustworthiness. Regardless of the veracity of Reese's charges, her breakdown is a clear indication. Accountability is more important than the story. So, do you think Angel Reese was set up by the conditions she helped create, or was betrayed by the Sky? Is there still hope for redemption, or is this chapter over? If you want the unvarnished truth behind WNBA news, leave your thoughts below and click subscribe. As a fan favorite, a collegiate basketball legend, and the WNBA's alleged future, she emerged as the Bayou Barbie. However, the internet is in disarray after the Chicago Sky just sacked Angel Reese. A locker room gone awry, a steroid scandal, public outbursts, suspensions, and immediate remorse. Is Angel Reese's WNBA dream over? What happened to her? We must return to comprehend how we got here. Not all Angel Reese was a rookie. The rookie was her. That person who has a grudge. The one who used her game to quiet detractors. She had high hopes going into the WNBA after leading LSU to an NCAA championship in 2023. Reese was expected to revive a team in free decline after being selected by the Chicago Sky. A season before, Chicago was already shattered. The series has lost iconic figures like Courtney Vanderloot and Candace Parker. GM and coach James Wade left in the middle of the season. Citing cultural toxicity, Marina Mabrey departed. Kennedy Carter took to social media to vent. The locker room was a battleground by the time Reese got there. Angel Reese was placed on indefinite suspension in the middle of July 2025. Although there was no formal explanation, the rumors became stronger. A violation of performance-enhancing drugs. Alleged usage of steroids. According to internal leaks, Reese felt forced to do so remain relevant in a league that Caitlin Clark was rapidly controlling. Angel Reese, however, was anything but. During her Instagram live stream, she posted mysterious statements such as, "Y'all don't know the half." She said that she was hooked up to the Pivot podcast. She implied that she had been thrown under the bus when she phoned the main office of the Sky. The rivalry between Caitlin Clark and another player. From their well-known WNBA games to the 2023 NCAA Finals, where Reese memorably flashed the "you can't see me" gesture in Clark's face. It was more than simply statistics. It was intimate. Things became much more repulsive behind the scenes. Angel was reportedly segregated in the dressing area, according to many reports. Did Angel sabotage the future, or was she set up? A person close to the sky told The Athletic. Is the start of her redemption story, or the end of a once bright WNBA career? What steps will the league take to ensure that doesn't happen again? In the WNBA, one of the most talked about rookies in the league's history recently experienced the unimaginable. According to reports, Angel Reese, who was formerly praised as the Bayou Barbie and a cultural symbol for women's basketball, was let go. Indeed, in what insiders describe as one of the most catastrophic falls of a rising star in recent league history, he was dismissed by the Chicago Sky. Goes beyond poor performance. Is about ego, upheaval in the locker room, negative publicity, and the complete collapse of a player who is meant to represent the future generation. Angel Reese entered the WNBA a few months ago with bravado, notoriety, and high hopes. She was all over ESPN, GQ, Vogue, brand deals, and red carpets after her run for a championship at LSU and her enormous zero worth. Supporters anticipated leadership, domination, and spectacular plays. Instead, the Chicago Sky were forced to reevaluate their whole investment in her due to a series of scandals, including court drama and startling behavioral difficulties. After only a few games, things behind the scenes began to change, according to those close to the squad. Reese apparently started acting strained with teammates, especially with fellow rookie Camila Cardoso, who many claim has outperformed Reese in terms of both stats and teamwork. Reese's front court partner was supposed to be Cardoso, her former teammate from LSU, but their relationship ended abruptly. It grew stressful in practice. There were embarrassing misunderstandings on the court. Reese allegedly ignored criticism of her attitude, withdrew herself, and argued with coaching personnel off the court, insulting coaches in front of a national audience. Angel Reese was spotted rolling her eyes and ignoring in one widely shared incident. This moment went viral on social media and attracted harsh condemnation from both NBA and WNBA veterans. Longtime ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith didn't mince words. He stated it bluntly on the first take. Angel Reese must mature. This is not college. This is the WNBA. If you're not producing or appreciating the game, no one is interested in how many Instagram followers you have. The consequences were immediate. The sponsors became silent. She was dismissed from the court. The dressing room was clearly divided, as fans saw. Her fiercest on-court competitor, Caitlin Clark, was succeeding in the meanwhile, garnering national recognition, breaking rookie records, and displaying humility in interviews. The idea that Reese had let her popularity get to her head was further supported by the difference between the two. Executives from the Chicago Sky allegedly convened emergency meetings behind the scenes to assess her contribution to the team. Was the diversion worth her? With her remaining on the squad, will the locker room be able to bounce back? When she was formally suspended for actions that were damaging to the team, it seems that the answer became evident. Shortly thereafter, rumors circulated that Chicago had abruptly canceled her contract, which was a startling decision given the amount of time and money the organization had invested in her. Angel Reese herself very immediately expressed sorrow. She is distraught, caught off guard, and uncertain about her future, according to sources close to her team. However, the writing was on the wall for a lot of fans and pundits. Reese had the moment, the skill, and the platform. However, she was unable to restrain her ego. She leaned toward drama, subtly disparaging others on social media, and squabbled with other players, including her now former colleagues, rather than letting her game speak for itself. Even worse, her dismissal occurs only weeks before the WNBA's popularity skyrockets due to Caitlin Clark and others, as well as all-star selections and Olympic talks. Once a top-tier media darling, Angel Reese is now in danger of falling utterly behind. However, her lost potential, rather than her suspension or termination, may be the greatest tragedy in this case. Reese had it all, an enormous marketing apparatus at her disposal. But hype isn't enough for professional sports. They need self-control, modesty, cooperation, and most importantly, a love of the game. As of right now, Angel Reese's story serves as a warning, a headline that seems made up but really represents very real repercussions. She will need to earn her redemption via maturity, hard work, and time rather than through tweets or interviews. Because your work ethic, not your number of followers, is what makes you valued in the WNBA.